Hi everyone, Kelt here, bringing you my thoughts on the British royal family and Harry and Meghan. And today I'll be talking about a bit of everything actually. Meghan Markle, who claims to be a humanitarian, actually promoted and supported Balenciaga, that clothing fashion line, when she was in Paris Fashion Week, because they are known to exploit children, and that has sparked a lot of backlash online. She showed up at Balenciaga's Paris Fashion Week event in 2 outfits, which fans see as straight up endorsing them, right after their 2022 ads with children holding bondage teddy bears blew up into a child exploitation mess. Balenciaga apologised and sued the ad agency, but people are not forgetting. Critics are calling her out as fake, especially since she pushes child safety stuff. From what I'm seeing, posts on X say it's hypocritical and narcissistic, like, how do you advocate for girls on International Day of the Girl and then go with that brand? Her team is saying she was just supporting her friend, the new creative director, but the optics are not great. It's making me think that she and Harry are part of the necessary optics to keep everybody focused on the trivial stuff, having just witnessed the most amazing peace deal, which basically is the best thing for 3,000 years, with President Trump achieving this, and even some of his critics are having to admit that it was a great day. I love the way that he almost trolled Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli Prime Minister, by saying to him, "Bibi, you do not have to kill anymore now. You don't have to kill people anymore now because we've got peace." I don't know his exact quote, but it was actually really funny. He pulls up people, but he does it as a joke. He is such a master at this sort of thing, and the way that he totally put Keir Starmer, the UK Prime Minister, in his place, he was obviously waiting for his name to be mentioned, and it was said that why was he there? Because he actually did not contribute to the peace deal. And in fact, some say he hindered it. And then he's waiting expectantly, and Trump mentions all the other names. He even tells the Italian leader how beautiful she is, and he goes through the various names. He lets the Prime Minister of Pakistan speak, and he only brings up the UK at the end. He says, "Where's the UK?" And knowing full well where he was, Starmer said, "Behind you as usual," and then he turns. Starmer thinks he's going to get a chance to make a speech, and Trump immediately turns back to the mic, not letting him have any of the mic, and he's totally humiliated, according to a lot of people. Starmer's smile by then is totally gone. And there are people in the UK actually writing messages on social media saying, "Thank you, President Trump. Thank you for doing that," from the UK. And it was quite funny. But the thing is, there is so much amazing stuff happening in the world, and this peace thing is not a small thing. It is a massive thing. And I think it's about more than peace, actually. Trump has always said that it's going to bring in an age of prosperity, and it is. There is so much going on behind the scenes, but I do believe that it's also like, well, regarding Harry and Meghan, their part in all of this, and the royal family, I think everything is being exposed, and Harry and Meghan will not be getting away with what they're doing or what they have done, for sure. Harry's apparently scrambling to calm things after William flipped out over Meghan's Paris video, the one where she's chilling in the limo near Diana's tunnel. Insiders say that Prince William saw it as total disrespect, like stepping on sacred ground, and Harry's playing peacemaker privately. But, get this, sources are calling Meghan very businesslike about the whole rift. She's all future-focused, while Harry is stuck pining over the past, feeling left out of family details back home. And as for their Netflix renewal, experts warn that it could drag the drama deeper if they do not ease up, with some ex-staffers spilling that the firm's biggest fear is more damage. And yes, People in the UK are posting that the feud is worse than ever, especially post Harry's memoir bombshells. It feels as though everything's unravelling. Harry even floated a Project Thor to mend fences, but there is zero trust. There is one bit of information that I think is very interesting, and that is that the airports where the traffic controllers were said to have not been paid, and this was in the States. I believe it was Newark, Liberty in New Jersey, and they had 20% calling out sick, causing massive delays. Denver International as well, with staffing so thin that they flagged advisories for ground stops. Chicago and JFK got hit next, plus smaller spots like San Diego's Tower facing shortages. This was all tied to no paychecks, essential workers grinding unpaid, some faking sick. Well, I want to add this. They were not grounded because of zero pay. They did not just not show up because of no pay. From what I heard from a very reliable source is that there were arrests made by the military. The air traffic controllers were arrested en masse for allowing certain high net worth individuals leave the country on their private jets. And this was after the air traffic controllers were actually told not to. There was a block on allowing these people to leave, and yet they ignored it. Whether they were bribed or paid off, I do not know. But it was that reason, because of the arrests. So obviously not being paid either. But that is what really happened, so I was told. Interesting, because it makes sense that they would clamp down if military stepped in for arrests. So from what bubbled up on X last week, people are whispering exactly that. Air traffic controllers at spots like Newark, JFK, etc. got hauled off in waves after greenlighting private jets for big money types like hedge fund whales and tech execs, right when FAA slapped a no-fly block on departures, supposedly tied to an ongoing probe, maybe bribery or leaking manifests, but the details are not clear, since not much is being said about this now. The union called it unprecedented, saying over 90% showed up despite the shutdown grind, but absences spiked post those detentions. Trump's admin exempted them from buyouts after crashes raised red flag, and yet critics say it's covering for chaos. It is really bizarre how this layers onto everything else, exposing power plays. However, it is interesting because I have heard that they have, for quite a long time, been stopping these high net worth individuals who are being investigated for crimes against humanity, some of them, and also treason. They have been trying to stop them from leaving the country. There have been a lot of arrests and a lot of military tribunals already taking place, I've heard. So I really think everything could be coming out now. I think what's amazing is that so much has happened during an actual government shutdown. Who would have thought that so much could have been achieved during a government shutdown? And I'm talking about the US now. I think the UK could do with one, actually. And yet, it is the very government shutdown that allowed all of this stuff to happen. It is obvious, but as far as Harry and Meghan go, they almost like entertaining everybody, giving everybody something to complain about, keeping the newspapers full of trivia. But really, it is like they will not escape from what they have done. But yes, I do think a lot of the royal stuff, and I always have, is a total distraction from the real stuff that's going on. So, what do you think about all of this? Would you like me to talk more about any of these subjects that I've brought up? The Balenciaga hypocrisy, any more about that? Let me know. Let me know what you'd like to hear more about and any ideas for my next video. So, let me have your comments and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.